Okay, ladies and gentlemen, since I've been gone and since some of you have been gone, here is a how-to on how to do some of these review pages. So for the area of a monomial, or area of a triangle is a monomial, it's 1/2 base times height. You simply take the base, put it in, the height, put it in, then combine the numbers. 2, 5, and 8 make 20. X cubed and x to the first is x to the fourth, y to the fourth, y squared is y6. Now, when we go over here and look at this, remember we want to get rid of all negative exponents first. So if I give away this, I get 3 to the negative second. B, now the two negatives are going to cancel out and make positive 8. And we're going to get g to the negative 6 all over, give this away, 4 squared b squared. Now, at this point, we need to determine what stays on top, what goes to the bottom. So in this case, I'm going to put 3 squared down here. Because it's negative, it goes to the bottom. B to the 8 stays up top. G to the 6 goes to the bottom. That's a G. 4 squared stays down here, and B squared stays down here. And at this point, we can cross out 2 B's from the bottom and 2 B's from the top. And that should give us the numbers that we're looking for. So simplify that, and that's your answer. Now here, since you have 12 to the something equals 12 to the something, if these are the same and all of it is equal, that must mean this part equals this part. So I simply say 3x minus 1 equals 2, and then I just solve for x, get x by itself. Now, down here, write your answer in both standard and scientific notation. Now, standard notation is going to be multiply it all out, long form. Scientific notation means it's going to be in terms of something times 10 to the whatever. Now, I have 10 to the 5th and 10 to the negative 9. 5 minus 9 is 10 to the negative 4. But I have to take 3.4 times 7.5. 3.4 times 7.5. Answer is 25.5, but I can't leave it like that because scientific notation says it has to go one spot in here. It has to be the first spot behind the first number. So that's going to be 2.55 times 10 to the, now because I moved it this way, negative third. In standard form, it's going to be 0.00255. All right, the next terms, I have 14, 9, 4, negative 1. I'm going down by 5 every time. So simply subtract 5, get the next number, subtract 5, get the next number, subtract 5, get the next number. Now, when we come down here, we have this minus this. Well, minus means I need to give away the negative. So plus negative, negative, positive. So I put them all together. I have 4a minus 1a is 3a. Negative 2b plus 4b is plus 2b. And c take away 5c, well, 1 take away 5 is negative 4c. Over here, we need to solve. To solve this, I need to give away the x, give away the x. So I have x squared minus 3x equals x squared plus 5x minus 16. But I can't do anything until I get everything to one side. So I'm going to subtract x squared, add 3x, and now I have 0, because those go away, equals 8x minus 16. At this point, you need to get x by itself. Now, down here, you should be fairly familiar with this. We simply need to give away the p, give away the 3. Here, we're going to give away the a, then we're going to give away the 2. So you need to write those out. So we're just going to multiply them. Here, 5t plus r, since it's squared, means it's 5t plus r, 5t plus r, and now give it away, give it away. And the same thing here. So you can finish those. If I go up here, it says to factor. Well, don't forget to take out what's common first. In each of these cases, I have a 4 that can come out front, leaving no number here, or just a 1, minus 4 here, and a plus 2 here. Now, how many p's can I take out? Well, I got 2, I have 1, I have 1. I can take 1 p out, leaving 1 here, none here, and none here. I can take an r out, leaving none here, and two of them, take away one of them, is 1r. So there we go. At this point, I factored it all out. But now for this one, I'm probably going to have to say, hey, what's 1 times 18? They have to multiply to make 18, but they have to add to make negative 11. So I can try doing that. Okay, if that doesn't work, I could use opposite of b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a and do the quadratic formula. Now, down here, again, 3 and 12 make 36, and they have to add to negative 13, so you make a chart to see what you can do. Down here, don't forget to take out what's common first. It looks like a 3, leaving 9 squared minus 4t squared. Well, how do I break up 9 squared? That leaves 3r. And 3r, since it's minus, it's a plus and a minus. Now break up this term here and here. Now, a square piece is that many inches. What's the length of a square? So what you're really asking is, since it's a square, this side has to be the same as this side. So what I want to say is I want to figure out, how do I break this up into two identical pieces? So how would you break 4p squared up? 2p, 2p. How do you break 1 up? And then how do they add up to negative 4? Down here, we're again going to do the same thing we did up top. Start by taking out common and then factor. Over here, we have write and find the equation of symmetry. So to find the equation of symmetry, the easiest way to do this is to say a equals 1, b equals 8, c equals 12, and say opposite of 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times 12 all over 2 times 1. And if I were graphing all of this, I would solve it. Negative 8 plus or minus, that's 64 minus, now 4 times 12 is going to be 48 all over 2. 64 minus 48. Well, I don't know what 64 minus 48 is, so 64 minus 48. Answer is 16. Well, that's awful nice, because now I can say negative 8 plus or minus root 16 all over 2. Well, that means negative 8 plus or minus 4 over 2, which gives us negative 8 plus 4 over 2, negative 8 minus 4 over 2, and you can find those two solutions, and those are going to be your x-intercepts. Now, to find the vertex is going to be right here. So the vertex is going to be negative 8 over 2 comma something, or negative 4 comma something, and you simply take negative 4 and plug it in. So we say negative 4 squared plus 8 times negative 4 plus 12, whatever that is goes in there, and that's your vertex. And that also becomes axis of symmetry. Now, how do I find a value for C? I take my 20 and cut it up, negative 10 and negative 10. So I have x minus 10, x minus 10. Well, if I did this, I get negative 10 times negative 10. C is going to equal positive 100 because it's negative 10 times negative 10. Now, the discriminant is just b squared minus 4ac, so it's 2 squared minus 3 times 4 times 3 times 1. And so I have a problem here. I have 4 minus 12. Well, that is, you need to figure it out. And what does that mean? And then finally, use the quadratic formula. To do that, I need to get everything to one side. So minus 6, 3t squared plus 2t plus, not plus, minus 6. And now I could do the quadratic formula. Okay, so from there, that should get you most of the way through the algebra review sheet. So make sure you have it done when you return to class on Monday. No excuse.